This is a database demonstration for health students. This workshop covers what library databases are and where you can find them, why you need to use them, followed by a demonstration of some of our most commonly used health databases. It's not going to cover how you use library search, how to find and use ebooks, how to design or plan a search strategy, or how to write a literature review. There are other workshops that will cover that content. Library databases are online collections of resources that you can search to find the information that you need. The sources of information in databases might be journal articles, research papers, conference papers. They could be books or images or video. They could be a wide range of different kinds of resources. You should be familiar with using library search to find information, and library search indexes many of the databases that we have available at University of Staffordshire, and therefore it's the best place for you to start your research. However, there are some assignments where you might be required to go directly to databases rather than using library search. These might be assignments such as a literature review, a dissertation, a final year project, or a PhD thesis. You can access library databases via the library website. There are links on your subject guide, and of course you can use the A to Z of e-resources to find them. The demonstration is going to show you CINAHL, which is an EBSCO database, Health Research Premium, which is a ProQuest database, British Medical Journals, and Internurse, which is an MAG online database. Following the demonstration, we recommend that you have a go at searching the databases, become familiar with them before you need to use them for your assignments. First of all, the demonstration will recap how to find library databases. On the library homepage, you can scroll down to Library Subject Support, where you can find your subject guide. And then under the Databases, Journals and Articles menu, you will find a key list of databases that are suitable for your subject. Alternatively, you can go to the eResources A to Z list, which is on the left-hand side of the library homepage in the burgundy bar. Once you're on the A to Z page, you can either search by subject, and again you will find a list of databases that are relevant to that subject area. Or if you know the name of the database that you want to use, you can use the alphabet, click through via the letter to find the database that you want. We will start the demonstration with CINAHL. This is the search page for CINAHL. Any EBSCO database will look like this. You can tell it's an EBSCO database from the word EBSCO in the URL. Now there's an option here. We can put our search just in this top bar. And we can just click search and it will give us our results for these three keywords. We've got an option to choose where we want those words to be. If we want them all to be in the title, we can select that, or the title and abstract, or just in the abstract. That's often a good idea because if the abstract mentions the key concepts, then it means that they're a real focus in that piece of work. So this is the search results for doing that search. The other option is to search for each word in a separate box. And you'll see here that the word and is already in the box here, but there's an option to choose whether you want that to be and or not. We've also got the opportunity to choose where each of those words is found within the document. So I would like the word nurse to be in the title, but consent and legal to be in the abstract. I've got some more options down here. I'm going to select full text, peer-reviewed articles in the English language. We can then choose a publication date. I'm going to select the past 5 years, some other options there, and then we can search. And these are the results that we get for that specific search. We can see that the codes for the locations of that information come up in our search string here. Nurse is in the title, consent and legal are both in the abstract, and then we've got and in between them. Our filters are here, so we can change them. We've only got 2 results, so if we want to change that to expand that for the last 10 years, we've now opened that up a little bit further, and we've got 3 results. Whether there's a full text is indicated below. In this case, so far, we've got PDF full texts. If that was website, that would be indicated as well. Now, if we select either one or more articles in the list, we get some further options. We've got an option to download the records. We can save these records to our project. We could add them to a project. We can share them. We can cite them. And we've got an option as well to either save the search or create an alert. If we create an alert, it will then give us an opportunity to select how often we would like an email alert every time there are new results on this search. So setting that up, I will now receive a weekly email telling me how many results there are. And if this number goes up, then of course I've got new things that I can explore for my project. I can also save the search and then when I go to my saved search area, I've got saved records and then I've got saved searches. And I can rerun them just by clicking on the search string. I can also explore the subject headings section. I can put one of my concepts in and search for that, and I will get a list of related terms. So this will help me to generate my list of synonyms or potentially explore other areas that this topic will touch upon. And then I can select each one and then find out what elements of that are available. And once I've selected those, I can scroll up and add them to the search. And it's automatically going to include those using or because they're related to that major concept that I've already added in. We can see that's been added here. Number of results is increased to 8 because we've expanded the search by adding in those extra search terms to consider. I've cleared the search screen and I'm going to run another search for a slightly different topic. I'm going to start with nurse again and then go consent or permission. I've still got my filters here in place. Now, while this isn't the same search, of course, it's opened it up by including the ors, by including a synonym for consent, another word that means the same or related to. So instead of only 2 or 3 results, we've now got over 300, widening the scope of the results that we're getting back. So back on the A to Z databases list, we'll have a look at Health Research Premium now. So this is a ProQuest database. We can see that in the top left-hand corner and in the URL. It opens on a basic search. So we could do what we did before and put the search string like this. We can select full text and peer reviewed, and we can click search. Alternatively, we could build that up in our advanced search. And this, again, like on EBSCO, this gives us the opportunity to choose where that word can be found. I'm going to choose the abstract this time. Selecting full text and peer review. Let's go last 12 months on this one because there isn't an easy to click 5 years. We've got some other options down here, but I'm going to search as it is. Okay, and that's provided us with 5 results, so it's not too dissimilar to what we found in CINAHL in terms of the number, although of course our date range is different. Let's switch that to 5 years so we're seeing it the same. Still 5, actually. Okay, so that's fine. Again, we can see whether we've got full text via PDF or via the URL. We can select articles and then we can email them to ourselves, we can cite them, we can save them to our research area, and we've got further options using the 3 dots. We can click easily to modify our search. Again, adding in an or has widened our search, so we've got consent or permission. You can save your search, give it a name, and save that. That goes into your My Research area, which you can set up your account using the little person icon there. You've also got an option to create an alert. And then to access those, go to your research area. Here you save documents, you save searches and your alerts so that you can edit those accordingly. Back at the A to Z lists, this time let's have a look at British medical journals. Now this lands on the main page for the journals. It doesn't look like there's a search option, obviously, but if you go up to advanced search at the top, this will then look a little bit more like the others. So we've got a slightly different option here because we now don't have an option to add those ands and ors in like we did on the previous 2, but we can put our search in the same way that we did before. We can select dates to limit our results. We can look specifically for only open access articles, only review articles. I'm going to keep it as it is just for speed. And then we get our results. We can choose how many we see on the page. And we've got it ordered by best match, although we can have the newest first if we think that's most appropriate. You can edit your search using the edit symbol over here. You can also set up an alert for this search using the function on the right hand side. Back to the A to Z, let's have a look at Internurse. So there are a range of databases provided by this provider, MAD Online Library. Internurse is one of them, but Internurse, if you are a nursing student, is actually really quite useful for you. This time we don't actually need to enter the word nurse in our search, because the focus here is very much on nursing rather than healthcare generally. So I don't need to put nurse and, I can just put consent and legal. Once I've run the search, I can then add in a publication date filter for the last 5 years. And I've got an option to explore different topics, the kind of access that I want. I can even choose which journal I want that to be, as well as the article type that I'm interested in. We've got 314 results about consent and legal, and we can see those terms there in those topics. We've got another option here to do an RSS alert. We can also save this search using the little magnifying glass and the plus symbol there. And of course, you can edit the filters as required. Your next step, now you've seen this demonstration, is to have a go at searching the databases yourselves. It may seem a little bit tricky at first, but the more you use them, the more familiar you will be with them. So keep practicing, explore a wider range of databases. They all do the same things. You just need to find the functions within them to be able to save your searches, to edit your searches, and so on. And you're likely to find that a database search will allow you to explore a topic in a more focused way. Don't forget to explore our workshop programme and our other videos, and best of luck with searching the databases. We hope you found this video useful.